There once lived a man named John the Beloved, known as one of the 12 disciples of Jesus. From his early days, John had been close to Jesus. He followed him wherever he went, listened carefully to his teachings, and was always present in important moments. Unlike many others, John never abandoned Jesus, even when things became difficult. After Jesus left the earth, John continued spreading the message about him, telling people in many towns and cities about love, truth, and eternal life. But not everyone liked hearing these things. Leaders in the land grew angry with John. They saw him as a problem, someone who could not be silenced easily. It is said that they tried many things to stop him. One of the hardest trials was when they threw John into a pot of boiling oil. But something strange happened. John did not burn. He was not harmed. Those who saw it were shocked and frightened. Since they could not kill him, they decided to send him far away. They took John and threw him into exile on an island called Patmos. Patmos was a lonely place. There were no friends, no family, and very little food. Just dry land, sharp rocks, and the sound of the wind and sea. But even in that quiet place, John did not give up hope. Each day, he prayed. Each night, he looked up at the stars, thinking about all he had seen in his life. Then, one special day, while John was deep in prayer, something happened. A bright light appeared before him. The sky seemed to open, and a loud voice like a trumpet filled the air. John looked up in wonder. And then he saw someone standing in front of him. It was Jesus. But not as John remembered him. This time, Jesus stood in great glory. His clothes shone white like light. His eyes looked like fire. His hair was as white as snow, and his face glowed brighter than the sun. His voice sounded like the sound of many rushing waters, strong and powerful. John was so amazed and full of fear that he fell to the ground, unable to speak. But Jesus gently touched him and said not to be afraid. Jesus explained to John why he had come. He had come to show John great things, things that would happen in the future. Things that people needed to know. John listened carefully as Jesus spoke. Jesus explained many deep things. He told John about 7 special churches in different cities. Jesus described each one, their strengths, their weaknesses, their mistakes, and what they needed to do to stay faithful. Then Jesus showed John even greater things. John saw a door open in heaven, and what he saw next was beyond anything a man could imagine. John saw a great throne high in heaven, with a bright light shining all around it. Around the throne were 24 other seats with elders, wearing white clothes and golden crowns. There were flashes of lightning and sounds of thunder. Before the throne was a sea of glass, clear like crystal. John saw 4 living creatures around the throne, full of eyes, watching in every direction. And they praised the one sitting on the throne without stopping. Then, John saw in God's hand a scroll, rolled up and sealed with 7 seals. No one in heaven or on earth could open it, except for one. That was the Lamb, Jesus himself. Jesus took the scroll, and as he opened each seal, John saw new visions. With the first seal, John saw a white horse. Its rider held a bow and was given a crown, going out to conquer. With the second seal, there was a red horse, whose rider brought war and took away peace. With the third, a black horse appeared, showing hunger and unfair trade. With the fourth, a pale horse came, its rider bringing death. John watched in awe as each seal revealed more, the cries of people asking for justice. A great earthquake shaking the earth. The sun turning dark, stars falling like leaves, and the sky rolling away like a scroll. Then Jesus showed John the 7th seal. And when it opened, there was silence in heaven. After that, 7 angels appeared, each with a trumpet. One by one, they blew their trumpets. And with each sound, something new and terrible happened on the earth. Hail and fire fell from the sky. The sea turned red like blood. The rivers became bitter. The sun, moon, and stars lost part of their light. John saw creatures rising from smoke, shaped like locusts but with faces like men, hair like women, and tails like scorpions. They caused great pain, but not death. Then he saw horsemen with breastplates of fire. riding horses that breathed out smoke and fire, bringing more destruction. As Jesus showed John all these things, he explained each one patiently. John listened and remembered everything, even though it was frightening. But there was still more. John saw two witnesses standing on earth, shining like lamps. He saw a woman clothed with the sun, a great dragon trying to harm her child. He saw beasts rising from the sea and from the earth, one with great power, controlling the world. Jesus explained that there would be times when people would follow these beasts instead of the truth, using a mark on their hands or foreheads. But then, John saw hope. He saw a lamb standing on a mountain, surrounded by people who had stayed faithful. He saw angels flying across the sky, bringing messages to the earth. Finally, Jesus showed John the last things, great battles, a city falling, and the final judgment. John saw a new heaven and a new earth. The old things had passed away. A great city, shining like gold and jewels, came down from heaven. There were no more tears, no more pain, no more death. Everything was made new. When all was shown, Jesus told John to write down everything he had seen. And John obeyed. He wrote carefully, making sure not to forget anything. The words he wrote would one day become the last book of the Bible, known as Revelation. After writing everything, John continued to live on the island until his final days. He did not leave any great building or treasure behind, but he left behind a story and a message for the world, a message about things to come, about faith, about courage, and about hope. John's story reminds us that even in the loneliest places, even in the hardest times, there is always something greater ahead. It teaches us to listen, to be patient, and to trust that what we cannot see today may one day be shown to us in full.